afternoon for this press conference as we were promised by the Weather Channel, but we do appreciate everyone making it out in spite of the conditions. My name is Brian Bosch. I am the coordinator of this event. I am the campaign manager for Save MARTA, and I am also the media chair for the Area Coalition for Transit. The purpose of this event today is to start the re-education process about MARTA and its role in the city of Atlanta and transit in the state of Georgia. There's a lot of misinformation about transit in this state, especially around MARTA. If you talk to most people about MARTA, they don't realize that it's actually the most cost-efficient mass train transit system in the United States. They also don't recognize that MARTA is the largest public transit system to not receive any state funding. And there's also a misconception that MARTA should be able to operate completely with the profits from their fares alone, and that is not true of any transit agency in the United States. With all of the elements here at this rally today, that being, of course, our elected officials, our media, our transit union, the ATU, and all transit employees, and of course transit riders, collectively, we can start sending a cohesive and consistent message to the state of Georgia that MARTA matters, that MARTA is a necessary part of this community, and we have enough time, if we are vigilant and proactive with that message, to reverse this decision to cut 50% of the bus lines. And the problem with this misinformation is not that just the general public is operating with all these bad facts about MARTA, but also our state elected officials are making decisions about MARTA and about transit without all the facts, and that is unfortunate. And through this collection of people at this rally, it starts with us talking to our neighbors, to our coworkers, and to everyone that we encounter about the facts and the truth about MARTA. If you think about it, transit is a universal issue, especially in the city. It is something that we can all connect to. Whether you are somebody who relies on MARTA to get to work or to school every day, or you are somebody who is relying on MARTA because of a disability that prevents you from being able to drive. You might be somebody who simply hates the 16 lanes of freeway that we have that are constantly being updated and are totally an inefficient way to move the population through the city. And maybe you just hate the fact that all these single passenger vehicles are polluting our atmosphere, and you want a sustainable solution to transportation in the city. These are the reasons that we need to send the message to keep MARTA operating. But above that message, we need to send to the state of Georgia that transit is and can be a superior form of transportation in a productive city. Yes! Yeah. C-Tran is having to make a terrible decision to close its doors permanently. And a few months before that, transit advocates proactively got on the C-Tran buses and conducted interviews of the riders there and asked them what they planned on doing if C-Tran were to close its doors. And a lot of those riders thought that MARTA would just swoop in and save them, not knowing, one, that MARTA does not have the funds to do that, but two, that they legally could not do it. And we have to reverse that kind of education. As we were setting up for this very press conference, many MARTA riders were coming off the trains and asking us what was going on here. And as soon as I said 50% of the bus lines were being cut, they were shocked. You know, there needs to be more dialogue about what's happening in MARTA in this community, considering so many thousands of people rely on it. And when C-Tran closes its doors and thousands of people lose their ride to work every day, they will subsequently lose their jobs. And the same thing will happen to MARTA unless we stay vigilant in our advocacy for it. And if you look around this rally, there's not hundreds of people here. And that's because there's not enough information out there about the situation that MARTA is in. But I also want to note that this is not the crescendo for MARTA. This is actually just the start. It's the start of the re-education of transit in its whole community. And so we'd like to get things started. We have quite a few different city officials here to send a message in support of MARTA. And for some